What's up, Sooner Nation? Happy Friday, game day eve. Welcome to the Sooner Surge nightly lives. Ron Brown's already starting with some rumors, man. It's nothing better than that, I guess.
Hey, it is what it is. I mean, it's Friday before the game. I'm going to talk Auburn. OU needs a win tomorrow. Plain and simple. I don't care if it's by 1 point, 10 points, 20 points. They got to get a win. Listen, real quick. The Andrell Anthony stuff, the Nick Anderson stuff. They haven't played all year.
Can I?
They haven't played all year, and until they get out there and play, I'm not expecting them to play the rest of the year. I'm just not.
I know Dean Blevins said it. I probably shouldn't have said rumor. Can I say something, though? Please tell me this, Jay, because I don't know. I guess I'm just ignorant.
Yeah, you
dumb,
are.
whatever you
Yeah,
want to say it.
you are.
Whatever you
Yeah.
want to say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's a travesty and his recovery was awful, as Dean Blevins, someone said Dean Blevins said on the Sports Animal, there's going to be a lawsuit. Why in the world has he been suited up going through all the warm-ups then?
Why did he play the first
what
game?
What is it? Rocket science? Like either he's playing or he's not. Why is he going through all the warm-ups?
Why did he play the first game? Unless he got out there. Here's the thing. Here's the only thing I've been thinking about this since game one. He gets out there, just doesn't feel the same when he's out there and doesn't feel like he's ready to go. Is that the travesty? I don't know. Miami might lose tonight. That's right, Micah. They just got a holding
absolute shock.
The joke of a holding call in Virginia Tech. It was a touchdown. They called it back. Awful. Who needs to win more, BV or Freeze? Both. But if Freeze loses, that's two. If Freeze loses, that's two home games in the SEC they've already lost. But BV needs it. BV needs it back.
I think BV needs it more, Jay. Basically, of where he is in the career. Tyler says, rough watching that podcast, thinking, how do they have all this extra time? Must be good.
What is that?
I have no idea.
Which comment are you talking about?
I don't know what Tyler's referring to, Jay.
Rough watching that podcast. I don't know which podcast you're talking about. It'd be nice to know which podcast though, Tyler.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna go watch it, see which one you're talking about.
Michael Hawkins will have over 100 rushing yards. Well, that would be big. That would be great.
They may need him to have about 75 yards. Oh, the Nick Anderson podcast. Not anymore. They nicked that, but they also nicked.
It's called nipped that in the bud, not nicked.
I don't care what it's called. You know what? Correct me. Tell me the right word to use here, Jeremy. Please.
Nipped it in the bud.
Okay, whatever it is.
Sooner fan, I'm with you. I want to see number 84 out there.
I don't think you'll see him tomorrow, Jeremy. Now, I think there's a better chance you see the other one from the podcast, Caden Helms, than you would see Devon Mitchell, I think.
Cade McIntyre, go, Jay? I'm going to say a couple names. You tell me if they're playing. You ready?
All right, here we go.
Cade McIntyre.
Are you talking about one play? I'll say yes.
Troy Everett.
Yes.
Branson Hickman.
Yes.
Jake Taylor.
No.
Jacoby Johnson on offense.
Yes.
EPL on offense.
No.
Ooh, man.
No.
What was that? What was the post today? Was that EPL?
What post?
Was it on Troy Everett's?
I don't know who that was in the hat. Who did he post a profile pickup? Did you see that?
I think it was EPL.
Yeah, EPL. And Harry, Brent Venables kind of said this too, Harry, at his press conference. He's had to go through a lot of growing pains and changes. So you know, Jay, I don't think he's playing.
Oh, okay. He may not be, but according to BV, he was Scout Team Player of the Week. He's an athletic freak. Okay. Hunter says he believed it was Fabechi. I didn't think it was Fabechi.
I don't know, and I don't care. I could care less about. I've seen some TikTok stuff. I've seen some Twitter stuff, profile pics, people changing their profile. Go out there and win the game and play football. That's all I care about. Play football.
At this point, about Devon Mitchell, at this point, What do you have to lose? It's not like Bauer Sharp's tearing it up.
Hey, who's going to have a big day tomorrow? For Oklahoma to win tomorrow, there's a few people that have to have a big game. One particular part of the team is the defense. They have to have a great game. And then offensively, you can't turn the ball over. So I'd say Michael Hawkins has to have a good game because you cannot turn the ball over and win games in the SEC. It doesn't happen. Why do you think Auburn lost to Arkansas? 5 turnovers. 5. OU 3.5 against Tennessee. You can't win games that way. You can't.
No. Intensity, fire, hit someone. Well, they've been doing that. The offense has got to do something. Yeah, Carl Anthony Towns, cat to the Knicks. Hey, starting O-line tomorrow, Jay. Who you got?
Starting, I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to go, it's going to be Sexton at left tackle. It's going to be Everett at left guard. It's going to be Hickman at center. It's going to be Fabechi right guard. And it's going to be Tarquin at right tackle. And Virginia Tech is now going to be at 34-24 on Miami. Cam Ward Heisman. Bye-bye. Miami Hurricane. Bye-bye. You know who's coming out of the ACC?
The team I said a week ago, Jay.
Who's that? Stanford?
Yep.
Are they beating Clemson tomorrow? No chance.
So Clemson's coming out of there?
I think Clemson's coming out of there. And hey, my SMU pick's still alive, bud. They haven't lost a conference game yet.
Kyle, I absolutely hate the depth chart, but I like what you said because I've been saying it all week. Troy Everett's the starting center.
By the way, the depth chart.
Troy Everett's the starting center. You heard it
guys,
here before anyone else.
Listen, the depth chart is an absolute
joke. But
it's a joke.
Troy Everett's the starting center, Jay.
For instance, it said starting quarterback, Michael Hawkins, and then it's had Arnold as the 2 and Thompson as the 3. You go down to receivers. Starting wide receiver in the slot, Deion Burks. Not happening. He's out. Why is he starting on the depth chart? They don't change. And then also on the offensive line, it had guys that had not. It had Sexton at left guard. I mean, it had guys all moved around. It's pointless. It's pointless.
Taylor Tatum is concussed apparently, but he's on the depth chart. But
and
Jay,
so was Tyler Keltner. Tyler Keltner was on the depth chart.
I didn't get to say my line earlier, so let me go with my line. Left tackle Sexton, left guard. I'm mixed on this, Jay. I'm going to go EPL.
Oh my! Turn the live off. Turn the live off right now.
This is who I want. Troy Everett at center, Fabechi at right guard, and Jake Taylor at right tackle. That's who they need to roll with tomorrow.
Wait a second.
Going to.
Wait a second. I thought this was who you think's going to be starting. Now you've changed it to.
That's who I'm going with.
No, so this is your opinion of who should start or who is going to start.
That's who I'm going with tomorrow if I'm head coach.
But that's not what the question. The question was, who do you think they're going to roll out there?
Probably the exact one you said, Jay.
Okay.
You play it safe. I play it how they should play it.
You're an absolute
on the road.
You're wild that you're going to go EPO who hasn't played but like 2 downs on the first road game in the SEC. Hey, come on,
Cracker Mac says, "How do we know if EPL is good enough?" We already know the other guys aren't.
Look at this by Colin. Says a hero arose on November 22nd, 2014, a day when only one pass was caught by an OU wide receiver. Bonus points if you can name him. 2014, a hero arose. Who would that wide receiver have been that caught one? I'm going to go Juwan Rankins. I don't think that's it, but.
No, not Rankins. Man.
It wouldn't have been Jalen Saunders. That was too.
No, it wouldn't have been Jalen Saunders. Colton Bester, Sooner fan says. Malcolm Kelly, we have one. Deron Neal. That's a name from the past.
Deron Neal's the answer. Colin
Deron Neal, man.
Wow. Okay. Sooner Freak, thanks for joining again. It still looks like there's not an offensive line no matter who plays. But here's the thing, guys. The offensive line all offseason, I mean, we've been doing lives every night, and we've talked about the offensive line for how long? I mean, did anybody think the offensive line was going to be outstanding? I think a lot of people had questions. Now, To Jeremy's point in the offseason, it was unknown, which I guess could have been positive, but we've found out now that that unknown mystery is not good on the
It
offensive
was a
line.
bad mystery, Jay. Uh,
It was wrong. It was
Mike
bad.
Michael Neal, name of the former 3-point shooter at OU, also helped coach women's basketball. Michael Neal says, I think the best five from left to right: Tarquin, Sexton, Everett, Fabechi, Taylor. In other words, Michael has Sexton going back to guard,
And he's got no Hickman at all.
which is what I said.
And Ron, I don't think that many people would disagree with that, Ron. I mean, it wasn't just Kill Gundy. A lot of people were saying that.
Dave, thanks for the super tonight.
Appreciate it, Dave.
The support of our channel. Can't wait for tomorrow. It's going to be a long day. We got pregame live going on about 1 o'clock tomorrow, a little later than usual. Usually it's 2 hours before kick. We'll be an hour and a half before kick, and then immediately following the game, we'll be on, and then maybe even at 9:30. We may have 3 lives tomorrow.
Yeah, and I want to say this to KB Longhorn. KB Longhorn joined the Sooner Surge Unlimited. He joined the Discord. He's a Longhorn fan. He's in there. It's kind of nice to have a Longhorn fan in there we can banter with. But he says it's going to be tough no matter the offensive line lineup. Chemistry is key. The chemistry is the biggest part of the offensive line, in my opinion. I agree with you, KB. Like, you can have 5 guys that aren't as talented as other guys, but if they have good chemistry, because if you look at Oklahoma right now on the offensive line, one of their biggest problems is communication. They don't know what the other one's doing. They're not picking up blitzes. They're not calling out communication. It's bad.
Hey, Ron, Bigsby beat Jinx. Listen, and by the way, no one's talking about Hickman. He didn't play well. And I'm not putting EPL in for Sexton. I'm putting EPL in. Everett moves to center. I'm putting EPL in for Azida. Listen, make the best O-line for next year. Well, one, I think Fasusi's starting.
We don't know that Fasusi's going to be at OU yet.
It said based on incoming recruits.
Well, we got to keep him committed at this point.
I think EPL and Eugene Brooks both should probably be pushing to start next year, Jay.
There's the nightly Kel Gundy mentioned in the chat.
0.0. I like those. I like that percentage. I think you're accurate.
And John, here's the thing, and I think maybe it was Gabe Eichert who used to play lineman saying this, but you got to play enough ball with each other that you know what the other one's doing. And in an environment like that, it's like you can kind of look at somebody and say, okay, you got this guy. That's why we haven't released our game time video. It'll be released at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I got Auburn winning 13-10. So,
hey,
that's my pick tomorrow. Auburn wins 13-10.
That's the case.
You know what? I picked OU all year. And I've been right up to last week. I was wrong. But
so you don't think Hawkins is it, probably?
And I am so tired of that's ridiculous, man.
13 points. OU's got to score more.
You know what? No matter what happens tomorrow, that's going to come out of your mouth. And I don't want to hear that.
No, it's not, because I think Hawkins is going to play really well
ridiculous.
I think Hawkins is going to play really well tomorrow.
All it is Hawkins or Arnold. I don't care about that. I care about OU as a whole program. Okay.
Right. Hawkins, I think Hawkins with his legs, ability to scramble, Petaway's dying to play. I got OU scoring 19 points tomorrow, Jay.
So you got him scoring one more touchdown than me.
Yes.
Hey, here's the thing. The reason I'm picking Auburn and I'm picking 13-10 is this. Every time I pick OU, like all year I've said, well, after the first game, I said, they're going to get it turned around against Houston. They're going to score 50. They didn't do it. Then I said Tulane, they didn't do it. Then I said Tennessee, they didn't do it. So you know what? I hope they do. And maybe me picking against them, maybe I have to pick against them all year if they put up a good performance.
Monty says, was Deron Neal number 5? Yes, he was. The Rhino 26. Thanks for joining us. Hawkins needs to drop and throw or run, not sit on it. And I will say this, Rhino. We've only seen him one half. That was one of his strengths. He was pretty decisive.
Okay, but I'm going to play a little bit of devil's advocate here. Okay, I got 13-10. Yes, I do not bet money, so I'm not betting on the game. But here's what I'm saying. I've seen a lot of people this week, and I love Michael Hawkins. I watched him in high school. I think he's an outstanding quarterback. what are you expecting of a guy who hasn't played to go on his first road game in the SEC with Auburn, who can play some defense?
A lot better than Jackson Arnold. I expect a lot better than Jackson Arnold. Everyone said he was better in the offseason. He should be better than Arnold. It's not hard to do. Don't turn the ball over. Make some throws.
You know what's kind of ridiculous?
Use your legs.
You know what's kind of ridiculous coming from your mouth right now? Is flip it around. If that was Arnold at the quarterback, you'd be like, it's going to be a tough environment. It's going to be tough. Never played on the road. You'd be saying that. But for Hawkins, you're just saying he should be able to go in there and dominate. He's better.
What? I didn't say dominate.
That's pretty much what you said.
No, don't say pretty much. And first off, I had Jackson Arnold as a Heisman contender. So
and
stop
you
with
said,
your comments.
And you would have said that it would have been a tough game going into Auburn.
No, Jason, this was always going to. I said Auburn was going to be a tough team. I didn't think OU's offense was going to be as bad as they were. I had them as a Heisman contender. I was so wrong. Stop saying that I said it was going to be tough for Arnold. Stop trying to defend Hawkins like, ooh, let's not put too much pressure on him. He's the man.
I'm not defending him. I'm picking.
Well, it should be. If you're the quarterback at OU, the pressure is going to be on.
I'm picking 13-10, Jeremy. I'm not putting pressure on Michael Hawkins. I think that OU the offense has a lot more problems than just Hawkins. That's why I'm picking
saying that.
Okay, and Sooner Freak says, I'll say it, Hawkins should dominate, is what Sooner Freak says. And here's the last thing I want is tomorrow, if Hawkins goes and lights it up for 40 points, people will come on here and they will bash me because I picked the wrong score and blah, 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 blah. I'm just saying, based off what you've watched this year offensively, what could you base off a big-time offensive performance?
That comment right in front of your face.
That Jay Hawkins? Yeah, I mean, that would be
Hawkins
one of them.
scored 10 more points in the second half versus Tennessee than the other guys did.
Field conditions may play a part, KB. Hey, so you think that the majority of the offensive problem has been quarterback? Is that right?
No, you've heard me all year.
So let me ask the people on here that saying Hawkins should dominate. Is everybody in agreement? If you think Hawkins should dominate,
I didn't say Hawkins.
Wait. Everybody in the chat, then you think the sole problem with the offense was Jackson Arnold. Is that right? I'd like to know.
They're not going to say that. Jay, this is what I said. I don't know why this was translated into dominate.
Hey,
don't turn the ball over much.
Real quick, Mess.
Use your legs. Complete some passes.
Real quick, Mess. This is less about the quarterback change and more about the fact BV will force set the scheme for less RPO. You know, I'm not saying anything about RPO until I see him. I mean, I think they're going to run some RPO tomorrow. I don't. The Rhino, appreciate you joining us in. Rhino says Hawkins is raw. Jackson is trying to accommodate the offense. That's the difference of the two and why Jackson coughs it up and makes it. I agree with that. I do think that Hawkins just playing ball. I think Jackson's trying to think about it more. I mean, you even heard, was it Brent Venables say that, in practice, you rep it, you think it's going to be open, and you get in the game, you just throw it, even though it's not open. He was that aiming, comment there, Rhino, I agree with.
He was aiming. He was trying too hard. He was trying to be perfect. He wasn't just playing.
And before we move on,
Hawkins is so raw that he just goes and plays.
But before we move on, I want to say this about Michael Hawkins. You can go back and look at any of the lives you did in offseason. I had Michael Hawkins pushing Jackson Arnold. And you remember that, Jeremy. You had Michael Hawkins at third behind Casey Thompson. I had him at second. I was pushing. I thought he was really good. So before people think that just because I'm picking OU to have 10 points, that I think Hawkins isn't a good quarterback, that's not it. I need to see OU offensively do something before I can put them to score 20, 30 points on an SEC defense. I haven't seen it yet, so I got to see it.
Yeah, Dalpos, Arnold was trying to live up to expectations and failed. How much are we going to see tomorrow? Michael Hawkins designed run plays over or under 10?
Under.
Okay.
Design.
Under.
I watched
under
it.
5, Jay.
Wait, right at 5. Sooner Freak. I watched it last year as it was going on. The guy's a stud. I love Michael Hawkins. Do not change what I'm saying here. I'm not saying that Michael Hawkins isn't going to be a great, and he's the difference maker for Oklahoma. I think he is compared to Jackson You I think he's the guy you have to go with.
You can't just go off high school tapes.
I'm just saying what that you've seen can on offense, taking out Michael Hawkins, take him out of the equation. What have you seen offensively to tell you that they're going to do really good tomorrow?
Zero, zilch, nothing, nada.
So that's what I'm basing my pick off of. I have to
I
base it
have
off
them
something.
scoring 19 points, one offensive touchdown where they have a drive. I have them going a short field once, getting a safety, and then a 40-plus yard field goal by Zach Schmidt. That's my 19. Without turning the ball over, I think that's a good game.
And this is true because Jagoda, he did not have a good O-line where he played high school ball. I would agree with that. And that might help him be quicker decision makings. I would agree with that. But regardless, this is Auburn's going to be a tough environment. Here's what I think we can take away from tomorrow's game. You ready for it? If Oklahoma goes out there and Michael Hawkins plays really well, doesn't turn the ball over, they put up, say, 24, 30 points, I think you could officially say that he might have turned their season.
I can't go there yet.
I can go there if they score 30 points tomorrow and he looks good. I can
30,
say
maybe 30, yeah.
that's why I think you could probably say that maybe this decision that BV and them made. But here's I will still go back to this. I will still go back to it. If he looks extremely good tomorrow, I will be like, what did y'all see in the last 5 to 6 months to tell you that Jackson Arnold was the guy through 4 games? I don't understand that.
Hey, how many losses on first down? Look, they got 7 yards, 7 flipping yards total on 23 first down plays.
Bad.
That's not just the quarterback. Other guys got to be better. I do think Pettaway is chomping at the bit to be a starter. He's been waiting for a while. He's getting his opportunity. I think he shines tomorrow. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. Someone not named Sharp or Roberts will have a good game tomorrow at tight end.
Hey, a couple of things real quick. First, I'm nuts says that's ridiculous. When OU beats Texas, that would be too. But I'm just saying the corner they're in right now, I could say you could turn a corner if you go score 30. I'm not saying they're a title contender. I think like somebody said, and then Sooner Freak said, "Let me ask you this: if Hawkins start a Tennessee game, does OU win?" I will say this.
Don't know.
No, I will say this: if that was going to be his first start, no. But if they would have brought him, in, will you stop shaking your head at me?
Last night you said no hypotheticals.
Will you listen to me and let me talk for a second, please? If he would have played against Houston and got some experience, and then played against Tulane, and then played against Tennessee, then I think there's a good chance they can win that game. Defense played well. You can shake your head a while. It's not hypothetical, Jeremy. They got 3 turnovers. They had 3 turnovers in the first half. Oh, you did. That's not hypothetical. That's a fact.
Ifs are hypotheticals. Last night you told me it wasn't hypothetical.
Jeremy, was 3 turnovers in the first half by Jackson Arnold or was it a truth?
That was truth.
Okay, appreciate it. Moving on.
You don't know what Hawkins would have
done. Not a hypothetical. Maybe look up what a hypothetical is and a fact. There's a difference, by the way.
Yeah,
the 3 turnovers by Jackson Arnold in the first half, that's not a dream. You can wake up. It happened, okay?
Yeah, I don't want to relive that nightmare again, Jay. Look, fact of the matter is, OU just can't turn the ball over. And, hey, one thing no one's talking about is right here. Well, I want to get to this. No one is talking about OU's defense tomorrow. Listen, odd future, I disagree. It is elite. Tell me why you don't think their defense is elite. I'll wait. I want to hear why, odd future.
I think right now that their defense is really dang good. I think you're going to have to wait a couple more games against good offenses to say elite. It depends on what you're saying elite is. What is elite? Top 5? Top 10? I mean, what is elite?
I don't know, Jay. Listen, Clark.
What about this? Do you agree with this?
Yes.
You think they went out with 30 points a game?
Yes. Clark, you are basing that on one half of football when he came in as basically the savior. We'll see how he does starting. Let me get to a super.
Jimmy says not elite, Woody. And then Tyler agreed, cornerback's got to be better. Hey, Josh, appreciate the super, bud. Thank you so much. Are there any coaching changes if we drop this game? Injuries are at an all-time high this year. We got still. Here's what I don't think Brent Venables will make a coaching change. Now, I will say this to me. I'm going to throw in well, I'm not going to do it because you're going to rip me for doing a hypothetical. But if they were to go lose 3-0, I think something would have to be changed.
Hey, and I'm going to say something. People saying Woody is keeping them from being elite. Woody has played a lot. He has gotten beat a couple times, but I don't understand that. I'm not going to get into that tonight. It does sound like Peyton Thorne's going to be the starter. I think he's the better of the two options for Auburn.
Hey, did you see Surge was trending today? All over, everywhere.
Surge is all over the place, guys. And we're not talking about Sooner Surge. We're talking about the Storm Surge.
Storm Surge. I know the Storm Surge is wow. Did you see some of those videos? Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. I do think Woody is a little inconsistent. If you watch some of those plays,
Hunter, drop how many snaps he played last week.
I don't care. I'm just saying, like,
he's basically a bench guy. He comes in for a few series, goes out. You got to rotate him in. He's veteran. He's a veteran. AI's on it. AI Hunter's on it. Okay. Top 10 defense in the country, led the nation in picks. Going back to Josh's super, and I appreciate the super, Josh. I think the guy that could be cut, gone with, done with on the offensive staff, if they were to go out there and look worse than last week on offense and have maybe 12 yards on 30 first down plays, I'm honestly thinking at some point Seth Luttrell might lose it during the middle of the year. I do think Woody against the run is better. I just don't think he's great in zone. Don't think he's great in zone. Yeah, hit the like, please. Hit the like. Finley. Where am I says Finley could be gone. Apollo 9 says, what will the media say if Michael Hawkins gets us a win with good offense? I think they'll be saying, wow, why did OU wait so long? That's what the narrative would be. Also, the narrative would be OU's got a chance against Texas. That'd be the other narrative.
Give me real quick. I was going to get this. If the OU offense could get anything going, defense would be so much better. I agree with this. The defense was great the other night. They would be a lot better if the offense if they could play complementary football. Hey,
I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over. Jacoby at least 2 catches.
All right, how about this? I think it's pretty obvious who's going to lead this team in receiving tomorrow. It's Petaway. Would you agree?
I'm really high on Zion Kearney. I'd like to see more of him. Hey, I tell you I was wrong on besides Arnold.
Trace Ford.
I was wrong on Trace Ford. He actually moved to Cheetah. He may be the starting Cheetah or the backup.
No, he won't be the starting.
Backup behind Sammy.
But I will say that, and Odd Future says OU's 19th in the country in scoring defense. We're not even halfway with the schedule yet. Good defense. Hey, but here's the thing. I don't know if they count in, maybe I'm wrong on the scoring defense. If you allow a pick six, does that go against your defense? It's a point.
Shouldn't.
But does it?
Hey.
I don't know. I don't know on that.
Hey, the other thing you were wrong on, and I was, because I said Trace Ford wouldn't be playing that much. Trace Ford played Cheetah more than Sammy O last week.
I don't think he did.
Maybe Hunter can get on that.
I don't know if he did.
Pretty
hey,
did.
Sooner fan says PJ just isn't as good as his 5-star rate. Here's the thing.
I don't know about that comment.
I think a lot of people think a lot of people think 5-star, they should come in as a freshman or a sophomore and just dominate. I think some guys, it just takes them a little bit longer. He might end up being that 5-star. Right now, I think you can say that he's not yet. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, for one thing, Ron says Ford too slow. Auburn will abuse him. Tennessee's faster than Auburn, and they didn't abuse him. And Jay, 31 snaps for Sammy, 27 for Ford. Wow.
They were doing a lot of stuff differently, defense. I don't think they're going to run that same stuff. We'll see.
Where am I? How was Bookie a 5-star? He's 4'8".
Hey, the star. Listen, it's about time the star rating changes. I don't like
Jay and I walking over to a high school match, high school game, and saying, "Yeah, he's big. He's fast.
And he was a
Uh,
4-star, by the way, wasn't he? Who
uh,
said 3-star?
what?
Who said 3-star? He wasn't a 3-star.
I don't know.
I think he's a 4-star.
I think it was mixed, Jay. Some were 3, some were 4 on
Yeah,
this
but I think it was a 4. Hey, here's the thing, though.
composite.
Here's the thing. I am so tired of the rating system on some of these guys, especially quarterbacks. The Elite 11 that he won MVP at, there's not much. You're not reading any defenses. It's just throwing
Hey,
catch.
I got an
And he can
idea.
throw the ball, so he's going to look great in that.
Go to high school football games and watch the guys.
Well, but then you
They
have
can.
problems. But then you have problems because some guys play bad competition. It's hard to rate him, I think. Crystal, awesome, Crystal. Thanks so much for the super. Did you already get to that, Jerm?
No.
Uh, is anyone sick of hearing we got dominated last week? The notion Tennessee could have. I I've been in so many arguments about that. But you know how you shut that up? You got to win the game. I've been through too many of these as an OU fan. I hated that too, and I don't think you the ones that say Heupel called off the dogs. I agree. Yes, he was more conservative. But you got to give one of the reasons he was more conservative was because of the OU defense. That's why he pulled back because he didn't want to turn the ball over and lose. So give OU credit. The
Hey,
Royals will play October baseball. Let's
Jay,
go,
let's
baby.
go, baby.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. Royals baseball. Bring us back to 2015. Hey, real quick. The stuff about Bookie, it brings up a topic that no one's been talking about, Jay, and I think it's worth a little bit of time here on the surge tonight. I think
We're talking about Bookie.
Listen, I think Brent Venables has changed the narrative on the defense. Okay, I think you would agree with me. And you know what else he has changed? We waited for this. We waited for it. When would it happen? The celebration crap. They're not doing it. They're not doing what they used to. I love it. They're
Well,
excited for each other, but they're not doing what they did back when those cornerbacks would not even be able to make plays and get up hooping and hollering. They don't do that anymore, Jay. He's transitioned. He's changed the narrative. You
you know
agree?
what? Yeah, I agree. But defensively, you know what I would love to actually see? And I think somebody mentioned earlier if the offense was playing good. Can you imagine this defense? You know, we actually saw it against, was it Tulane? When they had the lead and the team had to pass, pin their ears back, R. Mason Thomas. If you get a lead with this defense I, and you have a decent offense, I would love to watch that. And that's why this offense has got to, they have to figure some things out, man.
Hey,
And maybe tomorrow is the first step. You know what? I'm going to bed tonight and I'm sleeping great. Do you know why? Tomorrow's a new day. It's a new chance for this Oklahoma offense. No matter what I've said about Seth Trail, everybody knows what I've said about Seth Trail. And I said he's the main problem. And you know what? To me, even if Michael Hawkins goes out there and dominates, I'm still going to lean to the fact that bad evaluations in practice, bad reasons why Michael Hawkins wasn't already starting. So,
hey, I'm giddy. I am giddy about the road whites tomorrow at Jordan Hare Stadium and seeing Michael Hawkins under the helm, seeing what
it
happens.
may be
Hey,
what they need, a road game, big time.
did you see Burks on the no TD catch? I think he's talking about the celebration. I was talking about defense. Talking about defense.
If the off, yeah, you're right, and that's what I can't wait for. And you know what? Listening to Brent Venables the other day, I think he knows how good of a defense he's got, and he's like, we got to do something offensively. If it's Michael Hawkins, I don't care who it is, we got to change some things up because we got too good of a defense to let go waste this year.
Crystal, I'm going to say I love the first half of yours. With this defense, just having a pulse changes everything. The playoff chance, I'll have to see what OU looks like tomorrow before I say playoff chance.
Oh, they're going to have to look way better offensively to even.
Maybe they do, though.
I mean, we're talking playoffs? Are we talking playoffs?
Mark still says kick
playoffs.
Seth Luttrell needs to be gone no matter what. That's what Mark says.
Here's what I'm interested to see tomorrow. With Hawkins, if they're going to run the same stuff and he looks that much better, then I guess you could say it was all Arnold. But I'd have to see that tomorrow and to see that because is Michael Hawkins all of a sudden going to fix the running game? I mean, maybe he reads it better on the RPO and he could hand it
if they
instead
do
of throwing.
RPO, Jay.
If they do
Talent.
it, I mean,
I was originally very upset with that. Arnold actually threw a good ball. Of course, Thompson was not guarded, but they had to because he bumped Thompson at the line, and that changes everything.
Yeah. But you know what? The receivers have to be more physical. They have to be more
Brennan,
physical.
if you're asking Brennan Thompson to be physical, you're going to lose.
That's exactly right, Dilligaff. That's a perfect quote right there, bro. Way to go. Could you go to?
Hey,
There's no way you can answer this question right now. And first off, I'll say this right now. I know Sooner fans may come at me for this. If any Sooner fan is in here right now thinking, even considering and entertaining that word playoff, I mean, then you're thinking way too far down the line for this team right now. Offensively, they got to get it together. Right now, to me, it's one win in this. Right, seriously, it's go beat Auburn, then go win your bye week, and by winning the bye week, I mean go get healthy. That's how you win the bye week,
hey,
and then you go play Texas. Now, I'll say this: you get through Texas, and somehow you beat Texas, then you can start talking about that if you want to.
exactly.
But not until that happens. You cannot even talk about it.
But
I'm
if they
sorry.
do, and that's
They got too many other issues right now.
Hypothetical. Hey, Apollo 9. I think for the future of OU football hires, there should be a question at the very top of the application. Do you have any ties to the University of Oklahoma staff?
If the answer is yes, no.
If the answer is yes, file 13 that thing, shred it. You don't even look into it. Hey, what's your trivia, Jay?
Well, real quick, let me answer this, and I'll get to trivia. I want to go back to his question because you goaded. Okay, so he's asking it this one now. What's the mindset if you score 30? Here's what I think the mindset is. The mindset would be, okay, made a big step. It's game one for Hawkins. Made a step forward. Looks better offensively. We got a bye week. Let's clean some things up even more. Go out to see what we do against Texas if you're an OU person, and then see what happens. You get through Texas and maybe you score 30 and win, then you can start talking about. But I still think tomorrow's game one. Tomorrow's like game one. It's a new offense with Hawkins. Game one, see how they do, take steps, try to get better. The schedule's not going to get easier. Here's the trivia question. Georgia's been on a killer streak regular season. There's only one active coach that has beaten Georgia in the regular season. Still coaching. Who is it? And listen to the question carefully. Active coach that beat Georgia in the regular season, not playoff or not postseason.
What do you think of this hat, Jay?
Love it.
TheFanStop.com. Get yours today. Also, sign up for your team's Shirt of the Month Club. Okay? TheFanStop.com. Go online. Order it. It'll be shipped to your house. Get it before the OU Texas Red River rivalry. I got to go to Hunter's comment.
Gus there Malzahn, it is. Aaron Huddleston with the win tonight. Gus Malzahn. Now, Tom Herman beat him, but it was postseason. It was a bowl game. But
I got to go to Hunter. And maybe Hunter, look.
Hunter can jump on here. I'm going to have to leave here in a minute if he needs to jump on here.
Hunter does matter, in my opinion. First off, how do you know if something is the sole main reason? I mean, has there been any OU guy with connections that has been great? Lebby had connections.
Are you talking about as an OC or just a general coach?
I mean, Gundy was a good coach. Yeah, 30 points, that mindset will be hallelujah.
And could you go to it? I know you didn't bring it up in that way, but I'm just talking about it. If they turn this around, all coaches keep jobs, correct? Yeah, I mean,
I think so. If they turn it way around,
if they look a lot better, Tone Loke, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if they look great now with Hawkins in there, then maybe you chalk it up to they made a bad decision and a bad evaluation, and maybe they can coach. I just see, I don't see how one quarterback can change all the issues they're having from bad snaps to everything else. That's not a quarterback issue. But
hey, what do y'all think about Jacoby Johnson? Jury's out. I'm excited about it. He's 6'2". He's long. He's athletic. He can probably go up and get it. But until I see him actually play, I can't. I love the move. I'm excited for it. Shakur, no one's talking about if Hawkins has a terrible game. That's something to bring up. If he does, then what? You go Casey Thompson? You go back to Arnold? You ride with Hawkins? What do you do?
I heard a wild guy on the radio say this, that he thinks the only way OU's winning tomorrow is if they have to put Arnold back in. I was like, that's crazy talk. There's no chance Hawkins is being pulled tomorrow.
And Chief,
I mean,
this may be right. This may be right, but
that's a good point.
I hate it.
I know you hate it, but I don't understand why.
What? What?
I don't
You don't
understand why,
understand why I
Jeremy.
hate that?
I'm not saying that I'm not saying guys aren't trying, but sometimes when you know another guy's
That's
better,
what it would be. That's
the
what it's
energy is
exactly what it
different.
means.
The energy is different, bro. What if you're a wide receiver and you're running a go route and the ball is consistently 5 yards out of bounds, and you know maybe a guy on the bench can hit that?
Please do not even say that.
I can say
Jason,
whatever.
you know darn well.
I can say what real quick.
Listen to me.
I can say whatever I want to say. That's fine.
And you know darn well if Peyton Manning, if Brett Favre, whoever would have
whoa. Two Hall of Famers you're talking about comparing them to Hawkins and Arnold. Wait.
I'm not comparing them.
Did you just bring up Brett Favre?
No.
And Peyton Manning.
And listen.
When we were talking about Michael Hawkins and Jackson Arnold.
I'm not even going to talk, man.
Wow.
Okay. The point is, if you would have got the best quarterback in the history of the game to throw a jump ball to Brennan Thompson or Zion Reagans, guess what? It would have been picked off or knocked away. Facts.
Hypothetical. You don't know that. You got to give your wide receiver a chance, buddy. You got to give your wide receiver a chance.
So you really think Zion Reagans or Brennan Thompson would have had a chance to go up and get that ball? Come off it, Jay.
And real quick,
it would have been an interception.
Real quick, Shakur, I 1,000% agree with you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying guys weren't trying to play hard. I'm not saying that at all. We simply brought up Chief's question. All I'm saying is I think it gives you a little energy. I'm not saying they weren't trying. I'm saying a new quarterback maybe put some energy into the offense. That's all I'm saying. And Jerem doing his Traver impression. That's exactly right. We're lucky that he doesn't have a mute button. He'd be putting me on hold right now. That's what Traver does. Puts him on hold.
Do you honestly think Zion Reagans would have gone up and caught it?
Jeremy, I have no clue, but it was an example of throwing it out of bounds. I just move on, man. I'm gonna have to leave in a minute anyway.
I'm glad they threw him out of bounds. They would have been caught. Now, if that was Jacoby Johnson, a 6'2" receiver, and you throw it out of bounds, I'm ticked.
So what you're saying?
5'8" that goes up and gets ball.
So what you're saying is Sterling Shepard never went up in traffic and made good catches.
Back shoulder, maybe. He wasn't.
Smaller receivers can go up and make plays. By the way, they can.
But Sterling Shepard was not known for going up and getting fly routes, bud. Neither was Ryan Broyles. How many Ryan Broyles plays did he go up and get balls, Jay?
I know, but Jeremy, I'm not right now. When I turn my camera off, I'm not pulling a Jeremy and doing this. I just got to go check on something real quick. I'm not doing what you do, so just real quick.
Well, you can't do what I do. You're not as good as me. You'll never be as good as me. You can sit there and talk all you want, but you won't be. Okay? Yeah, Oklahoma does have a quality loss. Let's look at it that way. If OU, that is exactly right, Mark. I love that silver lining there. They don't have any. Hey, Clark, I'm curious, guys, who you would think. Who would be, I guess I would say, is Javonte Barnes their leader? I'm trying to think. Bauer Sharp, he's definitely not leading by example. He's not blocking anyone. He's one of the oldest guys on that offense. Man, Jake Roberts, Sexton, who is the, they don't, hey, that's a great point, Clark. They don't have a leader on offense. They don't have one. That's right. Chief, you know this is true. Wait. I'm going to go hard every night because I do it every night. I don't take nights off. I'm always bringing my A game, Jay.
So I left and then you bashed me? Is that what that was? Okay. Hey, I'm getting ready. I do have to leave in like 3 minutes. So I'll have to get off here at the end here.
I'll carry it. It's all good.
You'll carry it? Strap it on the back. Let's go, Germ. Strap it on. Let's go. Is that what Hawkins? Is that what Hawkins is gonna have to do tomorrow?
In the atmosphere. You know that one, Jay?
Hey, Is that what's going to have to happen? Hey, you know what needs to happen tomorrow for them to win the game? We can talk about Hawkins all we want.
Wait.
If
Are you doing a hypothetical?
no, if Everett plays,
If? Okay.
yes, if
Okay.
Everett plays,
Last night you said you weren't.
oh
Okay.
my gosh, I'm saying what they need to do offensively,
I'm a man of my word.
get some running game going, and maybe that's because Hawkins can read the defense better, right? We'll see. I don't even know what this is.
Hey, what is that? What does that emoji mean?
Is that a turkey?
What is that emoji?
It looks like a turkey.
Is it
And,
like
and
a?
hey,
Does that mean fire? Like, what is? Dude, we're old, Jay. I don't even know what these emojis.
I don't know what that means. Hey,
Hunter,
you're
AI Hunter, drop it in the chat. Tell us what that emoji means. I don't know what it means, man.
Chief. It's fingernail polish. Chief says
Nails.
Caleb Williams did energize the team. You're right about that. But if you remember right, that first year he energized them against Texas. But then, like Kansas, he didn't play well. So there's still a true freshman's going to have some growing pains, is what I'm saying. I think Sooner Freak, I can understand where you're saying maybe he'll have a great game and do great. I just think throughout the year, he's going to have some struggles, and that's fine. You go with him. You ride him. He's your ride or die right now. Michael Hawkins is your ride or die if you're an Oklahoma quarterback, if you're for Oklahoma right now. I think he's the guy. You go with it, and you see what he can do for you. Hey, I'm going to have to get off here. So, Jerem, carry it the rest of the way, bro. Been fun. Hey,
Yeah,
tomorrow, make sure everybody's on here. Hey, tomorrow, pregame, postgame, be on here no matter what. Let's get a good victory tomorrow, you. Let's go.
Hey, stay on here with me too, guys. Stay on here with me. We still got 20 minutes of this thing. Let's bring it. And there's Hunter. Hunter, you don't know the fingernail polish? Because
I do
I don't
not
know what the. Huh?
I do not know the fingernail polish, so not the person to ask about that one.
I'm not in touch with today's emojis, Hunter.
I mean, I know a lot of emojis. I don't know that one. Not sure why. Caleb is in the chat. Maybe I missed that, but
talking about Caleb Williams, how he fired everyone up. Hey,
yeah.
Look, do not call me Germ Traver, even though I did name my oldest son Traver. Do not call Jason JS back. Look, we are unique. We're our own, okay? It's the Sooner Surge here. And we got AI Hunter joining us right now for the last 13 minutes. Hunter, question.
What's up?
What's your over-under on Jacoby Johnson? Over-under one catch?
On Jacoby Johnson, like on what?
Catches, over-under one.
I guess I'll go over. I don't think he's going to be a major factor. I think that the move should have been made a few weeks ago. I don't get why they did it. I don't get it. I mean, when you know it's yes, Oklahoma's down 5 wide receivers right now, but let it be known they were down 4 for the last few weeks. Really, since Temple, they've been down 4. Andrew Anthony hasn't played again. Jaden Gibson's been out the entire season. Nick Anderson played what? 2? I think he had 2 targets against Tennessee. A couple snaps.
He only played 1 possession.
Okay, then I guess it was 2 plays, 1 target.
Correct.
Maybe that's where I was getting mixed up there. And again, like they knew where they were at the wide receiver position. They know where they are at the defensive back position, to where Jacoby Johnson is a very good defensive back, in my opinion. He's young, got size, got length, and he's not able to get on the field a whole lot. Why not move him over to wide receiver a few weeks ago?
It's a good move.
Yeah, it is a good move. I don't know how fast he can adjust to said move, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, if all you're doing is running fly routes down the sideline to go up and get it, he can do that pretty quick. Libzar says Johnson 3 catches, 22 yards of TD. David said people will come, Ray. That's right. Crystal, the probability that Hawkins is at Caleb Williams' rookie level right now. It's hard to compare anyone to what Caleb Williams did against Texas. I mean,
Caleb Williams is a 1 of 1. I mean, seriously, what he was able to do against Texas, 5-star commit, eventual number 1 overall pick. Why are you comparing Michael Hawkins to him? And I think that's something that Oklahoma fans need to learn after how bad this Jackson Arnold experience has went is you don't need to set unrealistic comparisons. Expectations, yes, that's I mean, there's high expectations for Oklahoma quarterbacks, but to compare people before you've even really seen them play, I think it's just silly.
Well, people are doing it with Hawkins, and they did it with Arnold. Jaden Daniels comparison, Talon says, I've seen people saying that all week. But listen, we are again comparing him to a Heisman Trophy winner, NFL elite player. I do think, and look, here's what I'm going to say. I will be happy with Michael Hawkins tomorrow if, finish this statement, Surgeaholics, I will be happy with Michael Hawkins tomorrow if, ... And let me say mine. If he has one turnover or less, and if he throws for over 180 and runs for over 50 yards. That's that's not too high of an expectation, actually.
No.
180 yards passing, 50 yards rushing, one turnover or less, OU will have a chance to win the game if the defense plays like they've been playing.
I mean, looking at the Auburn offense, they're probably going to turn over the ball a lot. Oklahoma's defense has been fantastic through the first 4 games. I mean, only hold Tennessee to 25 points, keeping Oklahoma somehow in that game when, I mean, seriously, Oklahoma shouldn't have been anywhere close to still being in that game. So to answer that, I'll go Michael Hawkins has to be able to establish some sort of offense. Not even much about stats, but you can't have 6 1-minute or less drives. You just can't. You cannot have 3 and outs. You cannot turn over the football in the ways in which the football was being turned over a week ago, and in the ways in which the offense has just produced so many head scratchers. I mean, yeah, they're down 5 receivers. Yeah, I mean, everything's bad offensively. It's not an excuse. They have to find a way to be better.
Hunter, when Tua came in for Jalen Hurts, right? What was Tua? What year?
True freshman.
Okay.
It's also a much different situation. I don't know why we're comparing that. What do you
mean? It was bigger stakes.
Yeah, and at the end of the season, not week 4.
Right, but he was a true freshman.
Yeah.
The fact that they yanked Jalen Hurts.
Game 15, Jeremy. Much different.
How many games had Tua played in?
He might have played it in I mean, I would have to pull up the stats, but the move happened in game 15, the national championship, not towards the beginning of the season. Not sure why we're comparing.
Jay says, is this similar to when White came in for Hibble? I mean, White was a true freshman, right? He came in against Texas as a true freshman, correct? I believe so. And he did change things. So that could be a good comparison. Hey, I had to get to something. Monty said if they just win. You all are hilarious with your picks, Denny 1961 said. What picks? Denny, drop it in the chat. What picks? You talking about
there hasn't been a pick made in a bit. I know you guys.
I said 19 to 13.
His pick. Yeah. I mean, I haven't given a pick on here, so not sure.
I mean, Jason White comes in, and he was able to get outside the pocket. He threw an unbelievable deep ball. Jason White's deep ball was phenomenal. He had great pocket presence. I only brought up 200 because people want to say that true freshmen can't do anything. It's not necessarily the case. It's happened.
I get that part, Jerm. Now, I should have probably let you finish that one before.
I mean, because look at it. Everyone's saying, man, this road environment, Auburn, I agree it's tough. That was the SEC title game.
That was the national.
No, that was the national championship game.
Yeah, national championship.
That was the national championship game.
And to answer your question, Germ, I mean, yeah, he played in a handful of games, but I mean, in the games that he played, only 3 he attempted over 10 passes, and that was against Vanderbilt, Tennessee, and Mercer. So,
Yeah.
limited playing time.
Dalpois, unlike OU, when I'm tired of seeing the same crap over and over again, I get rid of it. It's gone. Okay? OU lost. Time to move on from the trumpet. I've got something else coming up my sleeve tomorrow. You just wait for it, okay?
I don't even want to know.
Hey, I
don't
make
even
changes. When things aren't working, I make changes. I don't sit around. That's the definition of insanity, expecting different results. I make changes here at the Sooner Surge. Get ready for tomorrow.
From what I can gather,
Pre-game live
on Twitter, something crazy happened in this Virginia Tech Miami game. So if somebody can fill us in the chat,
Virginia Tech caught a Hail Mary, but maybe they're not giving it to him.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Oh, they gave him a touchdown on the last play game. Wait, yeah, fill us in, guys. And Chief, you're right. We're 3-1 with the trumpet, just like OU's 3-1, and I retired it. It's done. I fired that thing.
Yeah, OU hockey, Tatted Sailor, 4-1 win. Yesterday, 5-2 over
Hockey.
Bama.
I watch hockey twice a year, okay? Stanley Cup, and when I want to watch the Mighty Ducks. When I want to watch Mighty Ducks with Emilio Estevez, okay?
I'm surprised you don't watch
Knuckle Puck.
I'm surprised you don't watch Miracle, man. Miracle on Ice. Figured that would be a movie.
That's a great one, too. Winner character. So Jay was wrong. Jay put in the chat that White came in for Hibble in 99. I mean, in 2001. That wouldn't have been right. Freshman in 99. Now, did he play as a freshman? No, that's not right. He did not play as a freshman. That was Bob Stoops' first year. Bob Stoops' first year was 99. 2000 was the championship year.
Okay, so he was technically a sophomore. He played in a game in 99 as a freshman. He was a sophomore in 2001 when he took over against Texas. So
wait, so he played in 99. Okay, and then so
I'm assuming missed 2000 due to injury, and again he wasn't going to play.
Good catch, Winter.
That was back in the days of you play in any snap, you burn a red shirt. So
exactly
2 attempts in 1999, and that counted against his college eligibility. Nice that they've changed those rules over time now.
Wow, TD Virginia Tech, it's over. Anytime their Kane can lose, it's great.
Yeah, I really thought Miami was back this year. And again with the way
don't buy the hype.
With the season's not over though for Miami. Bad loss at home, but in the ACC, who else is going to win it? Honestly, you guys were talking about it earlier. I'm not confident in Clemson. Jeremy, you're saying Stanford? Come on now, that's a wild one. I mean, really, who else is in that conference? 12-team playoff. All you have to do is win your conference, and one loss. Oh man, what's with this costume deal?
Someone asked for Sensei Germ earlier.
Yeah, I know they did ask for it, but it's not a cartoon, man. Like, come on.
I just had to appease the Surgeaholics.
I'm impressed you changed that fast, Germ. That was only 20 seconds with the camera off. I'm
fast, dude. I hope OU's offense plays fast tomorrow. Okay, it's still under review.
I don't think Oklahoma needs to play fast offensively.
Hey, I do not understand on this. Anytime there's a Hail Mary, just knock it down. Slap it as far as you can.
Don't slap it because I mean, unless you're slapping it down. You slap it as far as you can, it's staying in the air.
Slap the desk, Hunter.
Yeah, not doing that.
Every year we get we were back. We get the big change turnover necklace, and guess what? Nothing matters.
Jerm, question for you. Do you wish OU had some sort of a turnover ritual?
No, I hate it.
You're against it across the board.
I hate the turnover stuff.
I think it's entertaining.
Yeah, I'm not about entertainment. I'm about football players doing things right way. Review time is at 5 minutes. And this is at Miami. I cannot wait to see what happens here. Someone said, Jeff, I've never heard an OU fan ask that. I'm confused. Here it is. I hear some of your fans asking why OU joined the SEC instead of the Big Ten, where their competition would be less. Welcome to that. Jeff, I'm an OU fan, and I'm all for the SEC. Bring it.
I mean, it makes sense for both parties, for Oklahoma and Texas going to the SEC. Again, Big Ten, that's way more travel, especially now that the West Coast teams are in the conference. I mean, tonight you have Washington at Rutgers. What a Friday night game.
Wow, yeah.
Their
entrance is elite.
What?
The Scarlet Knights entrance is elite.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That must have been quite the week of lack of class and travel and preparation to go across the country like that. But again, Oklahoma, Texas are regionally, for the most part, close to the SEC. Not as close as they were in the Big 12, but I mean, it's two major brands going to the best conference in football and the best conference in college athletics.
Incomplete. Miami wins. Oh, my goodness. I told you they wouldn't do it at Miami. They wouldn't make the call. I got to see this, guys. Hey, listen up, Sooner Nation. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, our game day video will be released at 8 a.m. Check that out. Comment in it. 1 o'clock approximately. Hop on the pregame live. Jay and I will be on here breaking down the game, getting thoughts, getting updates. And then after the game, immediately following, we got the post-game live where I promise you one thing. It will be entertaining because the Surgeaholics always bring it. So thanks again for watching our videos. Big shout out to Crystal, to Josh Crenshaw tonight, and one other one, Dave McCook. Thank you guys for being here. I'm in the Tulsa area, Denny. Appreciate everyone. We will see you all tomorrow. Have a super Saturday. We'll see you tomorrow.